Is it working?
Yes, it's live. Hey, everybody.
Is it working?
Welcome to another episode of the Runners Roundup here with Ben and Chris, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So if you have a comment, please put it in the chat. And we're going to have some discussion points throughout the video, and I'm going to put some banners up so you know what we're talking about. And please do join in, share your thoughts and opinions. And first comment this evening, Susie, she should be around for this one. By the way, if you are around tomorrow afternoon, she is doing a marathon, if I'm not mistaken, on her treadmill. I think it's 2 o'clock UK time. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So please do jump on her live stream and give us some support for that. As for this, I don't think there was an intro, was there? I think we just went from nothing to
I don't know.
live.
I spun around on my chair.
Oh, that was the intro.
Action.
There's
Excitement.
Equality.
Here we go. Long distance extraordinaries in the house.
How you doing, Rato?
Yeah, I hope you're having a great day.
Legend.
We've got Tony here as
Absolute-
well. Thanks for joining,
absolute
Tony.
legend.
Right,
We've got Ben's here. Oh, no.
That's me. Hello.
Right, so, okay, let's start with our first comment. No, actually, let's do that. How are we doing? How's everyone? How are we? How are you, Ben?
I'm great.
You sure?
Really, really happy to be here, mate. You know, it's an honour to spend an evening with you guys and all the lovely people in chat. Really, really good. Top of the world at the moment.
Emotionally, spiritually?
Physically, getting there. You know, I've been running, so I've been running, which was good.
How's your couch to 50k going?
The couch to 500k is going really well. Yeah, good progress so far. Yeah, really happy with it. It's the 5k couch to 5k is being used as a good warm up, and it's working well. It's keeping me sane as well as fit. So yeah, it's good. All good.
Good. Chris, how you doing? You got some PBs this week?
Yeah. So what did I do? I did a 100k week, so my longest week ever, and then decided to do followed Ben Parks and to do a mile time trial on the Monday. Got a little bit of a calf niggle, so ended up taking the week off, and then yesterday run a half marathon PB, 1:27:35 on a training run. Was planning to do a little tempo run, but then I felt good, so I thought, you know, why not?
Wow!
Look how smug he looks. Look at him.
Just casually. PB.
I just went out, you know, I was running into the wind. I just thought to myself, you know, feeling good now. The tempo next percents were doing all the job for me. And yeah, just carried on going, you know, just got a PB.
Running into the wind as well. That's even
when you get the wind behind you on the other way, but we don't mention that. But yeah, taking the rest of the week off because it's got my wife's birthday this weekend, so she wants to celebrate that, and listening to my body because obviously I'm getting older.
Are you?
Yeah, it does. I know it doesn't look it with this brilliant light that I've got hiding all the wrinkles. What about you, Dan? How's it going?
It's going really well. I'll just say hi to, we've got Dave, we've got Mark, we've got the running masters here.
All these beautiful people.
Isabel has just joined us. Don't have Wi-Fi. Oh, well, that's okay. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that PB guy, but not when it comes to chaser races, unfortunately, because he is yet to PB on that. But because he lost, the next time he does it, technically it'll be a PB, won't it? If he wins.
It's just I can't race against other Chris's.
How am I? Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing well. A bit of a slow week on the running. Not a huge amount covered so far, but looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully a 20 miler, and then something significant. Hopefully on Sunday is a bit of a back-to-back. There's a bingo called out.
Oh,
Chris is playing Chris Bingo tonight. I think that's it. It's Chaser Bingo, of course. Every time we mention it, Chris is going to probably call out bingo.
Okay. Well,
I was down for a full house, everybody.
Yeah. So Chris made this comment earlier. We weren't entirely sure what he was talking about, and now it makes sense. Every time we mention it, he's just going to call out bingo, which is super.
Mention what?
The chaser race between the two Chris's.
What's he talking about, Chris?
I don't know. It's not a chaser race, is it? He just runs away and I just run.
Yeah. It's a shame you couldn't have done a half marathon PB that day. That would have helped you out, wouldn't it?
That would have, definitely. So how are you guys going to cope with your training once you have to go be back at school, so to speak?
Yeah, so next week is my last week where I'm sort of in and out of the building. After that, it's back to, for those who don't know, I work in education. Ben also works in education. So with the news that's been
loosely, Ben works loosely in education.
Ben walks around the education building.
Look, I enrich.
Area.
Listen, I enrich the environment for the kids. Yeah, I create a great learning environment for everybody.
Class clown was that? Well,
No, I am a site manager. Thank you very much.
Ben has been held back and I've given him a special T-shirt, so he feels like it's
a big cone hat.
Yeah,
with a D on it.
Yeah. Run all the miles. Yes. Now this is a discussion point we've actually got later. Park runs are planning to restart, which is amazing news. The junior park run is starting, was it a few weeks or a month or two before that, because that's for children and young adults, so they can start a bit sooner. And race weight, well, that's all about being as nimble as possible, isn't it, and looking for the flattest course to set those PBs and don't forget your barcode. They'll start up soon, won't they?
God, I'll have to dig that out from somewhere.
I think we should do one, by the way.
I've actually got a credit card. I got one of them credit card ones.
Oh, you got it laminated?
Yeah, I actually bought a credit card one. I think it was about £10. You bought it from them.
It's all you coming. That's great.
There's nothing worse than finishing the park run and getting out that scrappy bit of paper that you printed off online and it doesn't scan.
Laminate it. I just said.
I've got like one of those little token things that's like you get from a shopping supermarket type thing.
Can't you just get it on your phone?
Well, I'm not carrying my phone around me when I'm running, am I?
I do.
I'm racing park run. I don't do it for fun.
Race? It's not the Olympics, mate. It's park run. For crying out loud.
It is to me. If I run it, it's pretty good time.
Yes, Tony. It is a caretaker. It's do you like being called a caretaker, Ben? Is that offensive?
No, that is what I say. Everyone always comes in and goes, "Oh, you're the site manager," and I'll say, "No, I'm just a caretaker, mate."
Yeah,
don't want to raise myself above my station, I'm quite humble.
Oh, there you go. That doesn't scan off a phone.
Oh,
there we go. So there's nothing worse when you finish and you can't, give them your barcode. Yeah. So you can get a wrist one, which is like one of them rubber straps. But I say my credit card one works fine. Stick it in the back of your pocket. Get it out when you finish.
Could you get it like M.Dot for the Iron Man? Could you just have it barcode like tattooed on your hand or something, like on the back of your leg?
You probably could if you're into that sort of thing. If it means that much, yeah.
Park run barcode on the face.
Yeah,
that'd be great. So, are we going to do one when it starts back up? Maybe around Woking.
I'm going to do my local one, which is Weybridge. But to be honest, do you think though that when it does start, that it's going to be too many people there?
Yeah, I think all the people that have taken up running over both lockdown periods, I think are probably going to look forward to the experience for the first time of doing it. And it's probably going to be, I don't know, 50-50. Some people might decide to give it a miss for a few weeks. It's probably the best time to do it. In week 2, week 3.
Well, the way I see it, though, if you're towards the front, you should be fine. But if you're in the middle pack, isn't that just like spreading the COVID?
I'm either at the front or at the back, and that's for a small period of time. Front for the first 100 meters.
Are you like the little kid that always sprints off?
You know when they say 3, 2, 1, I'm pretty sure my foot's moving at 2, and I'm connected with the floor at 1, and I'm just hoping that no one's going to hold me back.
Full start and everyone has to reset.
But then it's still getting beaten by the guy with the little pushchair. Yeah, I think though that's sort of cheating, isn't it? He's putting a lot of weight on that. He's just letting it flow downhill.
Well, especially downhill, you just jump in, don't you? You're like the Jamaican bobsleighing.
What about Canicross? Do they still allow that at park runs, or is that only certain ones?
What's that?
Like Canicross, where you run with a dog?
No, you can run with a dog.
Yeah, it's quite irritating actually, because most of them don't have, well, in my experience, haven't had the short leads. But it's a good way to get some space around you. Just have one of those wild dogs who's.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right if you've got a husky. Got to be dragging you around.
Oh, good. Yeah, Mark, super. Yeah, I think you'll look forward to it. It's an experience. I've only done two park runs, but it's definitely worth worth going along. Like, even if you're feeling a little bit nervous or a bit unsure about what it's all about, go along and just watch one. That's always good fun. Stand by the finish line. You see truly how quick some people out there are. 16 to 17 minute people is just phenomenal.
I remember when I did my part and someone won it in about 16 minutes.
But don't let it intimidate you, though. It's all for fun.
Yes.
So you've got to remember to go out and have fun.
Yeah. Well, I think, you can make it what you want to make it. If you want to really put the pressure on and go for a PB, then you basically will be choosing the flat course, aren't you?
If you're doing that, don't take your phone, though, because you won't get one.
Why?
Well, I'm tempted to
the pros don't take the phones, according to Chris.
No, I'm wearing a camera on my head when I run the first one.
But Chris doesn't even wear running socks.
No, because it's just added weight, isn't it?
He just wears normal socks, everybody. If you're watching or listening to this back, normal socks.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Just normal coloured socks to go with your outfit. So you've got a matching top and socks.
Next percent's the park run. I mean, that's the thing. As soon as park run starts back up, people go.
No, to be honest, with my orange next percents, I wore yellow socks. That looked a really good combination. I was looking down. No, I was looking down, thinking they look good with yellow.
Like 50 Shades of Citrus there. That's not a good look at all.
Beautiful. So are we going to crack on with the first official question?
Yeah. In discussion this evening. What we've learned since we started running.
So who wants to start this one? Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
Yeah. Well, you've been. Yours is interesting, isn't it? Because you've run previously, and then you've run more recently. You've had the hiatus in the middle. So I don't know, how do you want to answer that? The return to running.
The return to my story is I started when I was 10 and gave up when I was 17, and then started again when I was 43. So the problem is that when you start running after you've run when you're a teenager, you still think you can run as fast as that teenager? No. I went off like a gazelle, I remember, and then for the first half a mile, and then I was just dead. And so what have I learned? I've learned that I need to slow down. I need to listen to people. I need to listen to my body. And that's what wonders now. Because when I started, it was like going out every run trying to run a PB, and disappointed if you can't smash it. Isn't that what everyone does when you first start running? You go, I'm going to go on my 3-mile course. I've got to beat my PB, and then you come back, you're beating it. The next day you try and do the same, and obviously you're disappointed, and then you're picking up niggles, injuries, and you think, what's this running all about? You run for 3 months, you're injured for 6 weeks. But for me, as I got older, it's to become more wise and actually listen to your body. How did that sound? Did that sound good?
I mean, speaking of old, Chris has come in with the first comment of the evening. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Straight in. Old man Chris. I mean, that is a way to enter the conversation. Boom. What have I learned?
I'll tell you what, Chris, sorry to jump in. Chris on Instagram, his handle, we call it handle, his @handle is Cheeky Festa.
What's wrong with that? Perfect.
Because he looks a bit like Festa.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Chris, can you write that in the chat what your @ is, and I'll put it on screen so people can go and follow you. I don't think I follow you. I'll do that right now.
Do it live. I'm going to do it live as well.
On Instagram.
Cheeky Festa.
Festa.
On Instagram. Just
hang on.
Drop him a follow.
Cheeky Festa. If you're.
How do I use this Instagram thing?
Oh, I've got him.
Have you got him? There we go. See,
Chris, you're private. I've sent you a request. Hope that's all right.
I've got him.
There we go. So,
boom! Look at that. That is one handsome young man right there.
That is. What a look. What a look. So what have I learned since starting running? Well, I think similar to what you said, I was just going out all the time, just trying to get quicker and quicker, doing the same routes, and I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. And over time, I've realized it can actually be a lot more enjoyable if you just take it easy, listen to your body, and have a bit more focus. So depending on what I'm training for, I feel like I'm definitely more capable of things that I thought I was incapable of doing previously. And I'm looking forward to 2021 being a good year of just trying to tackle those 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathon PBs, and really see what I'm able to do with a with a lot more focus, a lot more knowledge, wisdom. So yeah, I think it's just over time you start to realize what works for you, what doesn't work for you.
Did people give you advice before and you just took it in one ear and out the other, or are you a person that kind of takes it on board?
I remember my uncle, I was training for the Brighton Marathon. He had done 4 or 5 Londons at that point, and I did a few training runs with him, and he was talking about running your long runs at, let's say, 30 to 40 seconds slower than your marathon pace. And at the time, I didn't even understand what he was talking about in terms of pace. So it was only later on I realized how relevant that point was, but I didn't really understand what he meant at the time. But yeah, if I had understood it, I probably would have done something slightly better on the day. But hey, you live and you learn. But other than that, I've got most of my sort of knowledge from YouTube, I suppose. And just
there's more people on there giving the advice now, isn't there? So and the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? That's the way I see it. So if you've got people who are transparent, putting it out there, they're running slower and they're getting PBs, then it clearly works. But each to your own. You've got to train for your weaknesses, not your positives.
And speaking of pudding, what have you had tonight for pudding?
For pudding, actually, I haven't had pudding yet because we ordered a takeaway pizza. So I had a vegetarian garden. Is it vegetarian garden? Pizza.
Where'd you get it from? Papa John's. Yeah, boy. You know it.
So we had a large one, just between me and Lisa, and I ate most of that. And then we had to make it over 14 quid. So then you had to have the cheesy garlic to go with it. And that was only about 20 minutes ago. So I didn't have any room for dessert. So it's got to be ice cream anyway. So
whiz off now and grab something, couldn't you?
Well, I might have to. What about you, Ben? So what have you learned since you started walking? Running.
I've learnt to not take it so seriously in terms of like stressing myself about it, because when I started off, obviously your first couple of runs when you start, you're constantly getting the records, like you're beating yourself relatively quickly consecutively, but now it's sort of like dried up a bit. And like I'm trying not to like be disheartened by, I've got a PB again. I've gone out for a training run and got a half marathon PB just on a casual Friday. I haven't done any of that for a while now. So yeah, I'm just learning not to take it so seriously. The results will come in time, and listening to people, as you know, I'm quite stubborn. And when I want to do something, I will always strive to do it. And I need to listen to others who are more wise than me.
Going out tomorrow?
It's not tomorrow. It's Sunday. I'm planning on going out. Thank you very much.
And why don't you tell everyone how far you're going to go?
Well, I'll tell you how far I plan to go, whether I'll go that far or not. So the route we planned is about 22k from start to finish, but that doesn't include getting to and from the start. So all told, it's probably about 26, 27k.
So where does that fit in with Couch to 5k? When the title should have been Couch to 50k.
Listen, the Couch to 5k section will be before I get to the start line as my warm-up, which is what I've been doing all along. Like, maybe I should be more clear on like putting this at the videos and doing like I'm doing Couch to 5k as the warm-up, and then I'll do a little run after. Sorry.
So hang on, you do Couch to 5k before it, then you do 26k.
No, then it'd be 20. Then it'd be 20k or whatever, 21k, and then
So you're basically heading towards 20 miles.
No, but listen, your Couch to 5k, it's not meant to be 5k. It's just meant to be. You're meant to just get through the workout, no matter what distance is, aren't you?
I think you're making this up. Right, so it's the Couch to 5k is to get a non-runner to be able to run 5k. Okay?
Exactly, but that's after 9 weeks.
Yes, so
right now, my workouts are probably like I can do that in, say, I don't know, they probably take up about 2k, if that. It depends how fast you run on the running sections, so how much distance you cover.
We had a discussion before, didn't we, that you was going to do 50k to couch to 50k.
I've done the 50k to couch, mate. I did that in November.
So, because obviously we want to get you on the start line for the 50k, don't we? For you,
I'm going to be there, mate.
So
trust me, I will be there.
Because at the moment it looks like Dan's doing it on a training run, aren't you, Dan? Just on your own.
Yeah, a 30-mile training run, and you can join me for however many miles you'd like to, is what it looks like.
Yeah, but who knows how many I do? I haven't decided yet.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it all. I don't care what you say. Like,
You're gonna do it all?
even if I have to walk to the end and you boys leave me, I don't care. I'm doing it all.
The next day we come back. Here he comes.
I expect you to be pitched up tent at the end.
Or we come back and get you and put you in a kind of like Tesco's and other supermarkets or trolleys, and then just wheeling you back like as a slump mess.
At the end. Yeah, no, that's fine. But as long as I can start it and then finish it properly, I'm happy. I don't care how I get there.
Well, as long as it doesn't just jeopardise your London place.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't want that because it's very special. Only a select few get into that.
Yeah, only a select few. The other ones have to try and get him through the back door.
Oh, pardon?
There's a few comments in the chat about people sort of having these experiences with their marathons or half marathons and the score to settle for the PB. That was like me, I think, for Brighton. I felt like I was doing a pretty good job, especially for the first marathon, and that a win towards the end just killed me. And the same my second marathon, actually. Both times, windy conditions. I feel like I'm a lot better now, given the winter we've had and some of those really, really windy days. I feel a lot more competent as a runner in those sort of testing times. And I think because I didn't have any experience of that before, it just wiped me out. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to tackling some of those races. Probably won't be this year, but maybe next year.
And you've sorted your nutrition out, so you're less windy now, are you?
Yes, and I make sure people are not too close behind me. So, it's basically in their hands should they choose to run that close.
It's a bit like the James Bond car, isn't it? Dropping oil, and then something's going to come out.
Gas cloud.
Yeah, absolutely. That last 4 miles off the back of the power station is pretty mean. But so we've learned a lot. I think we're always learning, and the people in the comments, they've got the YouTube channels, they're obviously providing a lot of wisdom as well. So it's really great to see. If you're not subscribed to other people who are commenting right now, you should do so. I'm trying to put up as many comments as I can when they come in. I might not necessarily reference them, but they're there all the same. Now, this is an interesting one. We said we're going to talk about this, and the issue we have, there's certainly two of us in the room right now, is that we don't. One of us does, the other two don't. Can you guess which one of us warms up and which two consider that just being a tie your shoelaces, there's a calf stretch, walk to get a drink, there's a little leg swing thrown in by the door.
Or crank up the heating half hour before you go out.
I think this might throw people off now you've asked that question. I think they're not gonna guess right. As
to which one of us warms up.
Uh-huh.
Well, kind of disclose yourself which one it is. Who's the person that warms up?
Oh, I can't believe it. So Chris got it right.
Oh, we got
I honestly didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, Mark. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. So Ben is the only person that actually warms up.
Oh, look. The full spectrum.
In terms of my warm-up, I have a bit of a route that I do most of the time. And that first couple of minutes is always sort of easier before I get going. But I don't do, the videos of people do sort of the leg flicks and all that kind of really cool stuff. I don't do that before my run. I think I'm probably one of those people that on race day, I start to put the moves in. You turn up and it's quite busy. And you're like, people are leaning against the fence. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. One sec, guys. Can you just loosen up my hamstring here?
Yeah, you got like your all show, haven't you?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me take my bin bag off.
We start doing this stretch, don't we? That stretch there. One of those.
Yeah. No. To be honest, if I'm going to go to the track or I'm going to do a speed session, I will warm up. But any other run, even my half marathon where I got the PB. Sorry, did I mention I got a PB?
You might have.
My warm up was the first mile, and literally was a 7:05, and then the next mile was set 6:40. That is just my warm up. I should warm up, and I recommend not static stretching. You should, dynamic stretching. You should do that before. But I hold my hands up and say that I don't, and I never have, other than if I'm going to do actual speed work. So maybe it's something I need to do. Maybe I'll be able to run a bit quicker.
Okay.
But at my age, to be honest, at my age, if I swing my leg, it might come off.
But you like a deep lunge, don't you?
Or I might swing my arms, and then they might knock off my liquidized dinner that my carers made for me.
You probably get arthritis kicking or something like that.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to wear myself out.
Yeah, put your hip out.
Did you get that PB?
Oh, did he not know? Do you want me to tell him about it? Did I drop that in there?
Yeah, you may have.
Oh yeah. Did you do a video like this? That'd be so funny if you did. What a hypocrite.
Yes. No. I did do a warm-up video, how to warm up for beginners, but I'm not a beginner anymore.
Doesn't
that's right then. Justified.
Yeah.
So I'm not lying.
Right.
So yeah, I do need to do some more stretching before I.
Yes, you do.
If I am aching somewhere, I might give myself a leg swing. That's about it. But apart from that, no.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself to a leg swing. That's good. That's good. Well, it's reassuring to know that we can still get PBs without warming up.
Yeah.
Do you think it impacts injury? Do you think injuries?
Well, I've been a year without an injury, apart from last week after I'd done the 100k for the week, and then decided to do a mile time trial the next day and picked up a calf nipple. But that was just down to fatigue.
That's because you didn't warm up, mate.
It's not. It's because I was knackered from the week before. It was I had nothing to do with warm up.
You should have done a video on the time trial, and then you should have done one a week later.
Yeah, when I done my mile time trial, I actually it was 3 miles for me to get there to warm up, so I was already warmed up. So that's my that's. I was just joining. Everyone's getting calf strains at the moment. I know 4 people who've got calf strains in the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
really?
Including my son, Ben Parks.
Oh. Imagine if he just popped up in the chat now. Who the hell is this guy?
He wants to be me.
Well, speaking of the running, this is your little hot topic, isn't it? This is your baby, Chris. Did a really good video on this. Yeah, a really good video. I like your video you did. Genuinely.
This is one of my kind of. It just popped up into my head, and I thought I'm going to make a video on this, and I just come up with this formula on running intensity, because everyone runs. You run during the week, and every run typically has a number. So I put a number to a run. So say in a week, your running intensity was a total of 10. So if you went on 7 easy short runs, that would be classed as 1 point. So your total will be 7. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on, let me get a calculator up.
Yeah, but if you was to throw in do easy runs, but to do throw in a long run, so a long run could be classed as 3 points. So depending on whether it's a kind of short, medium or long, they have points attached to them. So if you're doing it easy, it's 1 point for short, 2 for medium, 3 for long. And then obviously the more you up the pace, the more points you have for that week. So I kind of proved to myself 1 week that I did a time trial and stuff like that, and my points carried over into the next week. I carried on going for that week at the same intensity, and then I ended up having to take the following week off because the points carry over. So if I was to kind of make it nice and simple, if you was to do a marathon and you was to do a race, say a marathon, then that could be 7 to 14 points. So in effect, most people who run a marathon might only do 1 run the following week, or they might take the week off afterwards because your intensity points are carrying over into the following week. Does that make any sense?
It made sense before you said the marathon bit, I'll be honest.
Did it?
Yeah. You lost me after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult one to kind of explain, but if you imagine that you have points for every run. So someone said to me, well, it doesn't work if you're a new runner or an experienced runner, but it does, because if you look at the video, a short run for me might be 5 miles, a short run for a new runner might be half a mile. My medium run might be 10 miles. Someone else's medium run might be 2 miles. And my long run's classed as 15 miles plus. So someone's long run might be classed as 5. So it is all kind of comparable, and it all obviously comes down to fitness. But check it out on my channel. It make more sense rather than putting me on the spot now with no notes or anything. You know, I normally have notes in front of a camera, and you're reading it. And I was on the flow then. It was new to me, but at the moment, it's in there somewhere.
No, it's good. It's one of the few videos of yours I've actually watched all the way to the end. So
I know the amount of times that I've given Dan shout outs in the video, and then Dan hasn't come back to me. He hasn't said, "Oh, cheers for the shout out, mate. That's great." It's because he doesn't watch the videos. He doesn't go forward to the end. You know what I mean? I watch his all the way through just to get his viewing minutes up.
Scandalous.
It's because people put timestamps. I think you need to put timestamp at the end. Shout outs. I'll just go straight to that bit.
Yeah, do you know what? I even watched Ben's the other day when he was playing his Warcraft or whatever it was. One of them. I just kept it on in the background so he can get some viewing minutes.
I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, let's reassurance from Susie. The video was clearer than it's like I say. It started off well. I just think the marathon bit killed it, but that's okay. You know, you knew.
It's age. It's age. You just get scrambled sometimes.
You know, I'm getting on a bit. You know, you just need to watch the video. That's probably the best idea. But all it boils down to is a week you have so many intensity points. Every run you go on has a point attached to it. So
how many intensity points would I have?
5
in my situation. 5.
No, you would still have 10. But
I would still have 10.
But
you don't get less regarding your fitness.
It comes down to distance. You know, what's classed as your short run, medium, long run? That makes any sense.
Okay. Right.
Well, like I say, go watch Chris's video. It's actually a very good video. It did make a lot of sense to me. And the following week, I was able to understand that, okay, I did like two easy runs. I did a speed midweek. I did another easy, and I sort of classed that as being about 5 points. And I did my long run on the Saturday, which was, say, 4. So then I was up to 9, and then on Sunday I just did the 6K, and that was my 1, and I figured that was like 10 for the week, and it made a lot of sense.
Because if you go over, you can actually feel it on your body the next week. If you stay within the boundaries, then you're fine. You should be able to carry on. But if you go over points, it's just like a knock-on effect, and it just keeps on going until you overtrain, and you just feel fatigued or you pick up injuries. As simple as that, really.
Thanks for the insight there. But yeah, I think
move on from that one.
Well, just before we move on,
did you get a PB, Chris?
What, on my intensity points? Not then, I didn't know.
Also, this is right to say is a good time to mention about the easy runs as well. So I could do an easy run throughout the week, and I might not associate the same amount of points given that it's the same distance as a speed run. Let's say an easy 5K and an easy speed, two different variables, 2 different values.
Well, speed and easy are 2 different things altogether. So if you're throwing in speed, that would come up with a higher number.
Okay.
Because that'd be classed as tempo or threshold, wouldn't it? If you were adding in some speed. So if you up the intensity, that would be classed as more points.
Thank you, Christopher. We really appreciate your insight and your wisdom. The next question in discussion. Why listening to your body matters? Now, I think we should dive over to young Benjamin for this.
Yeah.
What did you not do, Benjamin, on that 50K ultra that we did together?
Stop. Basically.
Did you listen to your body, or did you listen to your father and those pressuring you nearby?
Hey, I didn't listen to anyone. The only person I was listening to was myself, and I wanted to get across that finishing line. But I shouldn't have started it either, to be fair. If we hadn't have gone to do it that day, then I wouldn't have injured myself, would I? Because I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Yeah. And, I just pushed it too far.
So are you going to do the same again when we do the 50K again?
No, I won't. And I've told you this. I've promised you this. Look, I'm not going to run it. Like, I won't be doing any running. If there's anything, if I feel anything sort of painful, I will stop and I will walk. because walking's not a problem for me. I can handle that. I'll do that all day long. So walking, and if I have to walk across that finish line, I will do it that way. But I think before the pressure was on because I just didn't want to let Dan down. And it was my first 50K. And I thought, I've got to do this and I need to finish it with some sort of dignity.
Yeah.
But when we go out together, you got each other to look after. So like, I'll just walk behind. It's fun.
Yeah. I do think it's important. I've taken, during this whole training block, I've taken some days off. I just decided it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like I want to go out and push my luck, and I just stay in, do a little bit more sort of stretching, recovery, wherever it might be, and then go out the next day and just feel a whole lot better for it. I'm not willing to risk it just because a piece of paper says. So I'm being very, very mindful at the moment and just taking it easy.
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's a bit of a fine line between not wanting to go out, can't be bothered to go out, to actually having a niggle and listening to it. Because it's very easy to say, oh, I don't feel like going out today, I can't be bothered. And then you don't go out, and then that leads to 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. And that can be, a knock-on effect. So, me with my calf niggle that I had last week was just a niggle. I could feel a niggle in there. So if I had carried on, like Ben Parks, when he said in his video, he warmed up, because Ben Parks warms up, because we see that on video. And then he stopped for 10 minutes to do some video into the camera. It was a cold day, and then he started off and he felt a twinge in his calf, and then he carried on running. The twinge went, and then later on in that session he pulled his calf muscle. So there will be signs. Your body will like tap you on the shoulder every so often and send a pain. Your calf will give away just with that one stride, or you get a shooting pain. And if you don't listen to it and you carry on pushing that intensity, it's basically your body saying, look, I'm giving you a warning now. If you don't listen to it, you're going to pull a muscle and you're going to be out for, weeks. So my calf, I went out, felt a little niggle in there, took 2 days off, rest of that week, low intensity, dropped my mileage back down. And then the following week, went out and done a PB.
Shameless, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going to spoil the video for next week, aren't you?
Yes. So
no one will watch it anymore. They'll be like, oh,
no,
PB, I don't care.
Yes. So I just think it's important to listen to your body, but not necessarily, if you feel tired, as in physically tired, then yes, take time off. If you just can't be asked and, you can't be bothered, or the weather's not nice, then that's different. That's something completely different. That's down to, motivation, drive, and, wanting to get out there. But if your body, sometimes you can have little niggles and you can run through them. But I think with calves and hamstrings, when you've got something not right there, and you get that foam roller or you get something on and you find a knot, it's not right, or it's sore to touch. No, if you carry on going, you're going to break. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I say about taking a day off, I take a day off and I put the runs the next day. So this point about consistency, it's the first time I've really done a training block where I have been consistent with my running. And if I miss a day, or I choose to take a day for family, for work, wherever it may be, I make sure that throughout the week I'm still continuing to run. I'm not just taking a week off because I feel like it. I'm making sure I'm keeping things going. And like Isabel says, even the days when I choose to take it off, or like last night, for example, I'm doing my live stream with Chris from Here About Running, the quicker one, the one who beat you, Chris. And
the fast one.
It got to 9:30.
Younger or older?
Younger.
A lot of people are.
9:45 at night. And I messaged you and I said, like, is it worth it? Do I go for a 10K run at 10 o'clock at night? Or I just put it onto today. Now it means that tomorrow I'm going to have more tired legs for my long run. But I just didn't see that last night at 10 o'clock was going to be worthwhile in the dark, feeling tired after a long day. So just, switching things around, but making sure that consistency is there.
Yeah, time factor comes into it. If your body is hurting so much after, certain weeks and weeks of training, then maybe you're over in, too much intensity and you're training too hard. So your body's not coping. But there again, it could come down to maybe you're not drinking enough water. Maybe your nutrition's not right. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe you're stressed. There's lots of factors that come into it. But we all know when we're knackered and tired, you just take time off. We're not elite runners. We're not being paid for it.
Speak for yourself, mate. But yeah, in terms of listening to your body, though, when I went out yesterday or whenever it was, Thursday, I did stop. It hurt straight off the gate, like out the door, bang, hurt.
Yeah,
so I thought, right, get to the end of the road and chill. It could be anything, but I did stop though, and that's the point, isn't it? I didn't push it. I think.
Was you wearing the Zoom flies?
Yeah, I thought, I'm just going on the road. I'll wear these today.
Yeah, but they got a nylon infused plate in, didn't they?
No, it's carbon in them, mate. Sorry, none of that's cheap nylon infused nonsense.
Oh, what are they? 2? 1s or 2s?
3.
Yes, so that probably because it's got the carbon plate in. Probably.
Oh, firmer, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I stopped though. I hurt, so I stopped.
No, that's good. That's good. Well done.
Thank you.
If I could give you a pat on the back, I would.
Turn it on. Hang on. There you go.
It doesn't work. Look, there we go.
Chris, you got a question here. How many PBs did you get in total? Wasn't Strava a light with little trophies, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
I think on the comments on there with me commenting back. I think there was like 68 comments on that one thing.
We're talking about PBs, they're not comments.
All right, PBs. It was because it was a new route. So I went on a different route. So you go on a new route, you get PBs. So there's a tip for
you. No, you had loads of distance PBs as well.
There's some distance one. There was three PBs on distance, so 10 miles, 20k, and half marathon PBs. But a lot of the sections you can get PBs as well, though, can't you?
Mm.
So if you want to get loads of the section PBs, just go on a new route. PBs all the way.
Okay, here's a good one. Now,
foam rolling and stretching.
So I do foam roll. I don't foam roll as much as I foam roll more than I stretch.
Yeah.
I'm sort of happy with it. It works.
Sorry, your missus.
This is a little hand roller that I've just got right here. Look, you can adjust these little orange knobbles here on the fly. You can move them around for different areas of your body.
Is it battery operated?
# non-spawn. No, it's not. Put that away.
Sorry, Daniel. Carry on.
So yeah, I've got one of the sticks, like similar to Ben, but mine's sort of just
not battery operated.
It's not battery operated. It's not ribbed. It's just standard. And then I've got a couple of the sort of the wider foam rollers, and I find them to be really good at targeting specific areas. For me at the moment, it's kind of those muscles around the knee, so I'm really focusing on that. And I tend to use that actually. Now I think about it before I go for a run, just a little roll, just make sure things are sort of being activated, to use a more sort of superior pro running word there. Glute activation, hear that a lot. Just going to throw that in. Glute activation. But otherwise,
I've got the tyre as well, which I don't use that much, to be honest. The tyre, I find that a bit uncomfortable. You know, the big foam roller that's like a car tyre. It's obviously not that big, but I've got one similar to Ben's. I've also got a small one that goes under your foot, but I've also got a metal ball. It's a silver ball in a capsule, and you can put it in the fridge, so it's ice. So, because the thing I find with the longer ones, we're going to do the shape, that you roll them down your calf. So basically, I only use it if I've got a niggle. So if my leg's aching, then I get the foam roller, give it a roll over it. And if I find if it hurts somewhere or I've got a knot, I get the metal one out that you can put in the fridge. And then I get right in there and get the knot out.
Lovely.
But that's how I use it for. I would have brought it with me if I would have known. But no,
it's show and tell, mate. Look, I've got mine here ready to go. You should have come prepared.
Sorry, but mine's more offensive than that one. I think mine's longer. It's not as wide as yours.
I like this quote here that Mark's put on. Running takes ambition and attendance. You do it regularly, so you can keep doing it regularly. And that's the thing in terms of like the attendance, the showing up, the putting the time in, putting the work in, and also, like you say, Chris, it's the goal, isn't it? It's the goal. It's the ambition. It's the goal.
I have another question just to throw in the mix here. If you don't go for runs, does it affect your mood?
Yes.
Do you know the problem I've had recently is I've gone for a run early in the morning, and I felt like I wish I could go for a run in the afternoon, if it makes sense. Like just throughout the day, things have come up. And I think, I'd love to go for a run now just to free my mind. But I kind of feel like I've done my run, and so I do sometimes definitely feel like I need to go for a run. That would really help me.
I get told I'm grumpy if I don't go for a run, and I've been
you're old.
I've been told go for a run.
Just get out. You've been told to get out, and you take that as I'm going for a run.
Yeah, no, it's weird. But there again, if I tell myself like I'm taking 3 days off, I'm fine because I've told myself that I'm not going to run 3 days. It doesn't bother me that I'm not running. But if I was to not be able to run, or maybe it's something to do with my personality, when I think about doing something, I have to do it. If that makes any sense. So if I wanted to do a 50-mile week, I was going to do it this week, but because I've done the half marathon PB, sorry, I like to throw that in again. Oh, I'm not even getting a laugh now anymore. I adjusted it and I was going to do 40 miles this week, but I left it at 36, which is unheard of for me because I've got this OCD that I like to round it up to the kind of nearest. But because I decided the 3 days, it's not going to bother me. It won't affect my mood. But there again, come Sunday, I'll probably be an arsehole.
Again.
Happy birthday to the wife.
Yeah, birthday on Sunday.
It does look like, looking in the comments there, the amount of people who are saying actually, they use running to just support a positive mindset, feeling better, feeling good about yourself. And actually, I think even if the run doesn't go so well, there is a sense of achievement in just getting out there when other people are not doing that. And it's just, it's a great thing.
It's basically freeing your mind, isn't it? Because when you're running, when I'm running, all I'm thinking about is what can I call my Strava? What am I going to put on Strava as the title? And then or what video could I make? But other than that, I don't think about anything. I'm just thinking about running. But typically, I'm going
What's for dinner?
What's it going to be? What am I having for dessert? No, that's ice cream. That's just given.
Actually, it's a bit off topic, but I got asked this recently when I go on my long runs. What do you think about those 3-4 hour runs? And it's either basically something or nothing. And that sounds really stupid, but sometimes I can go for a run and it could be an hour on the watch. And I've not thought about anything in particular. Yeah. If I'm not talking to the GoPro, it can just be, I'm just out there, just looking at stuff.
Do you not find that when you're driving a car sometimes, you could just be daydreaming or whatever and you drive past the turning? I suppose it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? That when you're in a zone, you kind of
I've got a chauffeur, so I'm not really sure what the reference is there, but I'm sure if I did drive my own car, that would be something.
Isabel said a comment that she gets jealous when she sees other people running. I do. If I'm injured and I see someone else running, I notice like hundreds and hundreds of runners. Isn't that the way?
I had that for 2 months.
But you see more and more runners that everywhere you look, they've come out to haunt you, haven't they? They come out the bushes.
But it's even worse because the thing is, we're not running, right? And even when you go on your phone, you open up YouTube and there's everyone running.
Yeah,
No escape.
That's the thing. And also being a YouTuber and being on social media, my feed is just full of other runners. That's basically what it is. So you are surrounded by it. And also, going back to what we said earlier, in terms of the running, there is some accountability. Now, I didn't go for a run yesterday. I recorded the day before saying, I'm going on my run tomorrow. That meant my run today, I had to film to basically say, I didn't go on my run yesterday. So I've got this sort of timeline of events that's happening throughout the week. I'm already anticipating the following day, and then it doesn't work out. So you're being a YouTuber, you're kind of recording and you're filling people in, and you want to be able to put the video up at some point to show people the journey, and you can't just dip out for months on end. Unless you're like Ben, you can fill it with kind of walking and some shoe purchases and a couple of shorts.
Put his son up, if his son gets better views than he does, you can do it all.
Now, are you the kind of driver that splashes people? Because swearing under your breath is okay at runners. Just don't, hit the
maybe that's why they've done it, Dan.
I was out the other day, right? At the end of my road, we've got a
story time.
Story time. Once upon a time. Now, at the end of our road, we've got the drop curb, with the bobble bits on it. I think it's for blind people, is it? I don't know what they do with the curb.
Visually impaired.
There we go. Sorry. So it had a puddle that kind of come a little bit on the road, but then most of it up the path. So I stood back because there was a white van coming and a car behind. The van decided to mount the curb to try and splash me.
That's
and
devotion.
Come off the side, jumped off the curb. They were like, "Whoa." Why?
Well, see,
I told him not to do
off.
it, but he just swerved.
I know.
Last weekend when I got a splash, what they didn't realise was I had my Gore-Tex shoes on. So you keep splashing me, guys.
Look who's laughing now.
Yeah, I'm covered in mud, but I'm not wet. Michael's in the house. Hello, Michael. Thank you for joining us. And Chris, all the way from the other side of the globe. He's been in bed, sick for the last couple of days. Yeah, Strava.
Oh dear.
Actually, I must admit, I don't tend to check Strava. I change the title of it, and then I normally get reminded that I've put a Strava post up because you get the notification, don't you? Other than that, I'm not really big on Strava. I know you love it, Chris. It's not the place I go to. I like to post on Instagram, post on YouTube, and retweet.
Your Instagram feed is just amazing, isn't it? Just model shots after model shots. You're looking so good, and adding that extra colour just brightens it up.
Do you like that? You like a little flick of colour?
You know me. I like colour. You got to be bright. You got to be seen. And that Gymshark stuff you got, it's pretty good colours. Apart from obviously the black you're wearing. But
this is loungewear, Chris. You know, when you're a loungewear kind of guy, you want to just be almost invisible in the home. At least that's how I convinced myself.
Patrick asked me if I got splashed during my PB. It was only at the end when I was sprayed with champagne. when I run back to my manor house.
Yeah.
What about this one? Oh, Jaffa cake or jelly tots? Now I can answer this one here. For me, jelly tots are now vegan, so I can, and they're bigger. Have you noticed? You get like the family size bags.
Are they flatter?
No, they're more dome shaped, more igloo shaped. I would say if I was to compare it to
my daughter doesn't eat gelatin, and she got some alternatives to Peppa Pigs. They were delish.
Peppa Pigs? You mean Percy Pigs?
Well, Percy Pigs. I don't know what they're called. They're pigs.
You can get the gelatin-free ones, but I think unfortunately they're covered with beeswax, which is why, to
be fair, I'd probably go with my ice cream, probably Jaffa cakes.
Okay, really? Jaffa cakes?
Shove a couple of Jaffa cakes in with vanilla ice cream.
So really? Just taking a photo for Instagram.
Insta.
So what's the next question? Are we on for another one?
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. So the next one we've got here, recovery.
Now, if my mum says Percy Pigs, look, she's correcting her son.
Yeah, see?
Sorry,
your mum's got her head screwed on. You, on the other hand, useless.
I know.
Recovery. Shall I start?
Yeah, because we was a bit unsure what we were going to say on this one, weren't we? Because recovery, I suppose what I'm doing now is classed as recovery for me. You know, my body was aching this week after, running a PB. Sorry, one more time. That's the last time, okay?
It's terrible.
I've taken a few days off because I just feel a bit tired. And the last time I did that, it was kind of knock-on effect, and then end up having to take a week off. So I suppose recovery comes down to listening to your body, not necessarily for niggles, but for the intensity and just feeling tired.
So you don't do any recovery smoothies, drinks, any of that stuff, or you just literally
for me
rein it back in?
To be honest, for me, my diet is I'm pescatarian. My diet, as you know, I eat ice cream loads. I see food as a number, and it is just about calories in, calories out. I will come back. I will probably have a one of them tablets that you put in water, to replace your electrolytes and stuff like that. And that's about it. I've never had a recovery smoothie or a recovery drink. But for me, it's just, as I say, calories in, calories out. But weirdly enough, whenever I have pizza, the next day I run really well. But it's a shame I'm not running tomorrow because I had pizza tonight.
It's carbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chris is getting a little bit of flack on the old PB front there.
Yes, my mum again.
Yeah. No love there, is there? What about this question here? It's active recovery versus passive recovery before we move on to other people's thoughts on it.
I don't know what that is.
Recovery, say, for instance, you're recovering on a bike. So you do your recovery by jumping on a bike and doing, a half-hour light ride, or you go for a walk. So
I'm walking every day.
Yes, so every day I walk for an hour with the dogs, so 5 days a week. So,
So that's your active recovery.
That's on top of my mileage. But to be honest, sometimes after I've done the dog walk, my legs have loosened up from the day before, and then I go on a run. It seems to work quite well. So maybe that's my warm-up.
It's true. Yeah, with my recovery, if I go for a long run, say tomorrow morning, I'll come back. I do have recovery shake. I feel that works well. And then in the afternoon, I always make sure I go out for a walk. And I've always seemed to recover better with that kind of combination, rather than just laying on the sofa and just hoping my body's going to do something. I get out, I keep moving, keep walking. The following day, up. Don't like to get stiff.
Too early in the day.
A little nap helps when you get to my age.
A little nap.
Yeah.
Nap followed by some ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Chris in the chat, I'd like to ask what. So he used recovery drinks after a long run. I use Tailwind, non-spawn, non-ambassador, and I really like the recovery smoothie. Well,
what flavour is it?
I like the vanilla. The chocolate is available. It's called Rebuild. I put it into a smoothie with blueberries, which is great for anti-inflammatory. Some super properties there. So I just put it in there. And a banana for the potassium. And and I put like a tinfoil, thing at like the end of a race. So I put that on.
The space blanket.
So I got that, got my smoothie, drink that.
Do you get in your air chamber?
I haven't got any hair, but if I had it, I'd get my hair chamber, yes.
Hair chamber.
Can't you get those like things you put on your legs, like pressurising?
Yeah, they're about $1,000, I think. The ones.
Have you not got some of those?
I can't afford to. We don't earn as much as you do.
I might have to get some of them for when I run the London Marathon.
Chris, you've probably got enough. You've got enough subs now, haven't you, to at least ask them to loan you one? You get a loaner, surely. You'd like that?
Maybe I need to ask.
Ask for some space boots, unless somebody in the chat's got a contact.
Yes.
Yeah, happy to try it.
Do they not know you got a PB?
I know. Yeah, it's not as if I don't want to mention it. You know what I mean? I
think the thing is, Chris, you're not doing enough asking. You're doing a lot of showing and telling, but you're not just saying, "Look, give me something back." I'm a big deal in the YouTube world. I get PBs, and I'm
Do you know what? I need to mention it more that I get PBs rather than keeping it to myself. That's the problem.
Open the front door now and just shout it out. I got a PB.
You know, once, when they done the clap for the NHS, once I was coming back from a run, that was such a nice feeling. When I finished, everyone was.
That's terrible. That is terrible. That's all right.
You're doing a fantastic job. I personally think they should continue with the clapping, but I don't know what happened to that. That stopped. I used to like that, going out on a Thursday, clapping at the front door.
What about, do you take out a saucepan?
I've got two hands, so I just clap.
No, but it's more effective. It sounds, you're that family, aren't you? Everyone's clapping, and then all of a sudden you've got the metalwork out. That's what you need. Now, we spoke about this earlier. This was a discussion point, parkrun news. For those who missed it earlier, parkrun is returning, they say. All things going as it should.
June, I believe.
It was mentioned earlier, wasn't it? What the date was for it. Okay. And we sort of briefly mentioned that we were going to, look, I just got the actual information here. Sunday, 11th of April for 4 to 10-year-olds, junior parkrun, and Saturday, 5th of June, all being well, for the older folk. So we were just talking, in case you missed it earlier, about the idea that maybe we'll do a little parkrun, a little YouTube parkrun, and maybe Chris can sort of carry us round for our own PBs. That'd be quite nice.
If they let him out of the care home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they let me out. What day is it again? It's a Saturday, and is it? Oh, I can't do Saturdays. That's bed bath day.
Active recovery.
Yes.
So now this is an interesting one. We've got a discussion point here. Channels you need to know about. So we had a think about channels that we really like. You know, these people, they're not in the chat at the moment, and that's not to say that we don't love these channels here, but they're people that you might not have heard about that we just want to make you aware of, because some of the stuff they're putting out is just, they're quietly under the radar, video after video of some just absolutely insane running, incredible stuff. And hopefully Ben's got
I've got the links ready
here. Now, obviously, the people in the chat, please, if you're not already subscribed to anybody there, if you look at the name and you think, I'm not subscribed to that person, because I can see here, look, Chad. Now, I'm not subscribed to Chad.
Pick me.
Yeah, I'm not. I can see here, I'm not subscribed to Chad, so I'm going to do that straight afterwards. And this is what it's all about: building a community of people and just getting to know everybody. So, Chad, I will subscribe to you. Please bear with me. Sorry that I haven't done it in the past. So, Ben, do you want to go first?
Yep. No, you do yours first, because you've built it up, and I've got your link ready to go.
This is a great one, by the way. Craig Williams, he's done some really, really cool stuff recently. Did a 100-miler. That was absolutely nuts, running down the river in the dark and stuff like that. So my first one is, first of all, I found this channel because I was looking for local races to enter, and I found this guy, and I went through his channel, kind of binged loads of his videos, and he runs mile after mile, 30-milers, 20-milers. He did the same ultra as I did. The week before that, he'd done a 50-miler. He did a 30-miler the weekend after. He runs through absolutely tons of water, almost on purpose. And his name is Paul Coates. And it's a phenomenal channel. I don't think he's got many subscribers at all. I always drop a comment whenever I see his videos, and he's just a really good laugh. And I think if you like ultras, then check out what he's doing, because he just knocks them out of the park. He always stops off at the post office for a can of Coke and normally
coffee.
Yeah, can of Coke, pastry, and a Mars bar. And it's just like, another 30-milers.
Your life, isn't it?
So this is Paul Coates here. If you just type his name in YouTube, you'll find him. And obviously, if you want to say that I sent you, that's fine. I don't know. We're not affiliated with him. We don't really talk outside of literally the YouTube comments. But I think that's a really, really good one here. And just what Mark mentioned, this is the guy who kindly provided me a gift voucher for the Gymshark stuff. He's running from LA to New York City non-stop. With the exception, obviously, sleeping. He's basically 30-miler plus every single day until he gets back, which is crazy.
I wonder if he'll get a PB.
I don't know how many people have done it, I don't know how many people have done.
They do package holidays for that, don't they?
What, you're driving across America?
No, like running it. They do like an organised thing. You have like a month or something, 2 months out, and you do it.
I think he's trying to do it in a certain amount of time.
Reto's going. See you, Reto. Thanks for
Reto.
And this is what it's all about, like you say, Lee, finding new channels. And I'm really pleased to see, it might just be me noticing this, but in the last 4 to 6 months or so, more YouTube channels are starting for runners. And we really appreciate you leaving comments on our videos. I know I found a lot of people. I'm really, really pleased, by the way. This guy, Mark, we pushed him into making a channel.
Yeah.
And he did, and we're so pleased that he did. So
we always look forward to his comments, didn't we?
Yeah, his comments are always excellent, and his videos are really funny. My personal favorite is the Ben Parks pink glove episode.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites. Anyway, Ben, another unknown channel perhaps you'd like to talk about?
So me up next.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, well, I just wanted to introduce everybody to a rather small channel. It's called Simon Allen, and he is the NE runner. So if you're not aware of his channels from the northeast of England, he's just a really nice guy. He's into music, like myself, and he has a nice series on his channel called Desert Island Tracks, where he'll like interview another runner from his running club or someone he knows, and they would do their sort of running playlist or their running favorite song when they're out running. That really interests me. So yeah, I really enjoy his channel. So go and check him out. Simon, the NE runner. And I'll post the link in the chat.
And just for anybody here, by the way, when this video goes live on YouTube, please do feel free just to paste in the comments, hey, I'm new to YouTube, or hey, come subscribe to me. I really don't mind at all. Your comment won't get deleted or anything. And I think it's important just to sometimes ask. Got a really good community here, and I'm sure you pick up a few subs along the way. Sometimes it's all it takes is just a quick, hey, come and check my channel out. There he is, Simon Allen.
How is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I have a go? So I did the Pay It Forward series. I can't remember how many series there was. It was over 50 channels that I come across, all smaller channels that I promoted, including both of yours.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
And obviously I come across a lot of new channels. And my channel is Isabel Hardcastle. She's changed her channel name quite a few many times now. And what I like about her channel is that she's kind of grown on YouTube and she's changed her path. You know, she tried, running, then tried this, then tried that. And her channel was just evolved and evolved. And what I like about it is her honesty. You know, she talks about mental health. She's been injured. If she believed that, math training didn't work, she mentioned it, got a bit sick for it, and then a few months later come back and, said, held her hands up, oh, maybe it does work. But what I love is that she's kind of found her passion and she's kind of dived straight in. And I'm not sure if she quit her job or if she has just become a personal trainer full time, but she's got herself qualified. She's now building a gym at home. So she's all in. And what I love is just, because we all start our channels. I started off as a car channel and then running, but hers went from 3-4 different channels. So some people might have known her as, I can't remember what the other channel names were.
Job vlog.
It changed probably two or three times, I think, along the way. But her videos are really well put together and she comes across really well on camera. And I like the way she goes from one room to the next. And it's kind of, rather than, sorry?
I always use her training tips as well for flexibility. And I use it as part of my warm-up. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, so check out Isabel Hardcastle's channel. As I say, she's just honest, gives great tips. On her Instagram, she's on Instagram and does loads and loads of kind of stretching and workout routines on there. But it's just the passion. I think when you're passionate about something, it comes across on camera. She's probably got about 250 odd subscribers. So
no, I think she's 350. I just subscribed to her.
All right,
and by the way, that's how easy it is. I've just typed these names in, and hold my hands up. I'm not subscribed to these people. 310 subscribers.
Yes, so her channel has gone up. It's just following her journey of building a home gym. The commitment of putting in the financial cost of that, and just actually following her passion. Because if we could all have a job, that you're passionate about, it's job done, isn't it? Rather than you kind of, some of us go to work. I used to work as a commercial mortgage broker. Used to go into work and used to hate it.
That must have been boring.
Yeah, it was pretty boring selling commercial mortgages to people for pubs, restaurants, hotels. It was just a bit boring. It was soul destroying.
Chris, can I ask you a question? Where did you get your cap from?
I got it from this guy that runs loads of PBs.
That PB guy.
It's really weird because I thought I'd sold out. I'm not sold out. You could say sold out. And then I've got the new one I'm wearing, and I found two more.
There we go.
So I've got two more here. So if Dan had a normal shaped head, then maybe he could be gone in one.
Just give him one. Just give him one for crying out loud.
So
we can run the 50k and.
But what you guys do is to get one made up for yourself.
Yeah,
working on something.
Yeah, I think I've got some stuff in the works. I want to do beach house for the summer with Dan runs on it.
Yeah.
Or dry roast.
What about Dan? If I give you one of these caps, but then I get a kind of wig put in on the front bit, so it looks like you've got hair. What do you into that?
Just a mullet would be awesome.
This
is the thing. I could grow the mullet. That's not the issue. The back is not the issue. The top seems to be where the problem is.
Don't worry, mate. I'm joining that club, so you're not alone, brother. Fight the power.
Exactly. There's Isabel now. Look, Super. Yeah. Well,
she is.
you
Perfectly
thoroughly
timed.
deserve it. And Isabel, I've just subscribed to you. Sorry, I wasn't in the past, but also it proves the point. Actually, it takes a matter of seconds to subscribe to new people. Chad, I've subscribed to you, by the way. Sorry, I hadn't done the past. And also to the shout out you gave, was Any Runner?
Yeah,
Subscribed as well.
the Happy Messy is a good channel. He's quite funny. It's really good kind of camera work. He gives a lot of tips. Gives all his ad revenue to charity.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a full-time teacher. It must be a teacher thing, if you're a teacher or you're around kids, maybe you're into running. Maybe I need to be a teacher.
Yeah, I think you'd be quite good at. You could do PE, couldn't you?
I could, yes.
You look like a PE teacher. You look like a PE teacher.
Was that PB? A PB teacher.
Sorry, do you have a PB teacher?
Actually, yeah, Lee is bang on there. He has changed his name a significant number of times. But it's okay, Lee. We recognise your face, so it's all right.
I think
Infamous.
on YouTube, you can only change it so many times in a year before you can't change it again.
I've always been down those.
But going back to the kind of passion thing and doing videos, when I was doing a car channel, it took me 5 years to get to 1,000 subscribers as a car channel. And then and from May till now, I'm 3,700. So it just shows though that if you're passionate about something and you obviously believe in it, and you just come across more natural, don't you? If you are passionate and you believe in it, rather than cars. Oh my God, I don't know a lot about cars, you know what I mean? But I did a few videos, and it was just how to fix stuff. But it was only just uploading videos just to help people. But I wasn't overly passionate about it. I was when I went to the car shows. But then there's such a saturated market, isn't it? People filming cars at the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Yeah, you need to get them exclusive cars, don't you? Ones that no one's ever seen and stuff. That draws the views.
Yeah. So I used to watch a load of them, but now I just watch running stuff.
Good.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, that's it. So my stream is literally running.
Brian's popped in.
There we go. Look.
Oh, Rossa runs.
Brian.
If you're not subbed, I don't know if this is the thing. Because
Dan, what is going on?
Well, no, you know what it is. I think sometimes
I've not seen a single name in this chat that I don't know or I've not subscribed to.
Yeah.
No, but it's not that. It's more that I've seen the name, but I have to double check if I sub them, because sometimes you respond to a comment, but it doesn't mean you necessarily.
We all know you don't watch the videos.
Yeah,
you don't watch Chris's.
So Rocker Runs was one of the people on the Masters. What was it called? YouTube Masters. That was by
Masters of YouTube.
Dev Runner. Masters of YouTube by the Dev Runner. He was one of the guys on there. I'm sure we mentioned, Dan. You need to up your subscribing game.
Well, I am. That's the thing. Just let me know. That's why I've always said to people, if I'm not subscribed to you, just give me a nudge in the comments, and I'll happily do it. I've got no issue at all. But sometimes if I respond on my phone, for example, I haven't then gone to the channel and hit subscribe at the same time. Benjamin at the back.
Yes, Ben.
Are you done with the excuses of why you haven't subscribed to everybody? And second of all, fun fact, Brian was like one of my first subscribers. Like when I had like 5 subs. So,
well done. Like I said, I'm subscribed to all these people now. And that's just me being very transparent. I wouldn't want to pretend live on air that I was subscribed to somebody that I wasn't.
I love your honesty, Dan. That's why we love you.
Worse, is there? That's the thing. Is it's okay. There's plenty of people out there, and I'm more than happy. Like I say, when this is finished, and I'll say at the end, please do comment in the comments and just say hello. I've got a channel. Come over to my channel.
Lee mentioning about the FOD Runners new merch. What do you think?
So I watched the video, and Weird's obviously the preview before. They look good quality. I was reassured to hear that his nipples were not chafed and bloody in his outfit, which is really good, because I know he's suffered before with nipple rub. I
bought a running vest off of a very well-known YouTuber, who won't mention any names.
Your son.
I wore it around the track, and it nearly wore my nipples off. They were nearly bleeding. That's how bad it was. And I think it was made by a company called Teespring.
It's just cotton, though, isn't it? That's the thing.
It's literally cotton. To be honest, it wasn't even, fit for running. It was such a bad material. And I think that's why the FOD runner, Ben Parks, that you're better off sourcing it elsewhere and actually getting a quality product. Yes, it does come with a heavy, a higher price tag, especially if you're going to go down the, we call it organic route, recycled route. Yeah, that obviously clothing costs more money. You can get it made cheaper if you don't go down that route. But if we're looking to improve the environment and more people become vegetarian, more people becoming pescatarian, recycling. So I suppose it's the way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when I've looked into it, I'd rather source the correct shirt first. Like I gave the example that I bought a Gymshark shirt and I tried to put like a Transfer my logo on it. It kind of messed up because there were too many, it was too breathable, the shirt. So it just meant that when it ironed on, it kind of was very patchy. But what I liked about it was I knew it was a good shirt. And I just felt like if I was ever going to do anything with merch, I'd need to make sure I liked it. There's no way I'm going to sell anything or even think about promoting anything that isn't something I wear all the time.
Fit for purpose.
Yes.
Here we go. Here's a little question in. What type of video generated the most views and why? I can tell you that the video with the most views is 23,000 on my channel. It's a backpack I truly hate and despise. It was filmed on an iPhone that was broken. I'm wearing a tie-dye purple t-shirt and I actually encourage people to watch it on a 1.5 speed because I talk incredibly slowly. As to why, I've got absolutely zero idea why people even search the bag. But they do. I don't get any money from it because I'm not 1,000 subscribers. But the point is, it's got 23,000 views. It's a mystery.
Is your face in the thumbnail?
No.
Oh, even more of a mystery then.
So there we go. You need to, moving forward, keep your face out the thumbnail. Just put a picture up of the bag.
Yeah, that's it. What about you, Ben? What was your
I don't know. I haven't run any PBs, so I haven't got any videos of those.
Right, no, to be honest, the ones that generate the most, they're not your PB runs, they're not your time trials, they're not your training. The best ones that do well are current trainers that are just out, or how-to videos. That's it. They're the only ones that generate. So you would see that every so often, or I would put up do math training, a how-to, because unfortunately they're the ones that kind of open up, the views. Like someone could have 2,000 subscribers and a math video could get them 48,000 views. But if they was to put a video up of them going and running a 10K PB, they're going to get a couple of hundred views. Because unfortunately, YouTube is, how do I fix this? How do I do this? Because people want to improve, don't they? That's all it comes down to. Once you get big enough, then you can put out whatever videos you want and you get the views.
Yeah.
But, it's...
I love that comment.
If you want views, then put certain videos out. If you want to...
Really?
If you want to have a laugh, then just put any old video out.
This is
like I do.
Yeah. I suppose it depends on your purpose. If you're looking to share your knowledge, then they will get views. But if you're looking to... Like the weekly training vlogs that me and Dan have both found that they get quite good views. People want to see your kind of honest feelings and that it's okay to stop. You don't feel great all the time, because some people out there, that every video they're on top of the world. Oh, my training is going great. Everything's amazing. And it's not realistic. It is tough week in, week out, and it's okay to stop if you're running a time trial, if you're not feeling right, and people take that way, and you get comments on your channel saying, thank you for that, rather than trying to, live up to unreal expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of people here. Tony says the most watch videos, the Adidas RC2 shoes. I think so. Yeah, sometimes it's a shame, isn't it? Because you invest so much time into one video that you love, and it gets a fraction of the views. But it also depends what you're in it for. If you put the video up because you want to put it up and you want to show people your local area and you just love the trails, that's great. If you're putting up with the intention of generating some revenue off of it, then clearly you've got to steer it towards a wider market rather than the specific people that would search for that particular video. dead silence. We'll just fill that later, will we? That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll clip that out for the podcast.
No worries.
It's gone, mate. It's gone.
Yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it? Like I say, the reviews videos have always done best. My Hoke ATR Challenger video, that all of those ones in that kind of series that I did have done very well. But I also recorded that with the intention of showcasing it. It was something I chose to do. I couldn't find the videos on it. I put it out there. And I think because it's gained some traction, it's probably one that comes up, I imagine, if people search Hoke ATR Challenger 5. I'm just guessing that happens. But yeah, some of the videos I have done just to see what will happen with them. And some videos I'm just passionate about. I want to show people what's kind of going on. And if people enjoy it, that's brilliant.
So Ross Run says he feels uncomfortable doing reviews. I think we all do to a degree. When you're doing shoe reviews, I like just to give my feelings of how it feels to me, rather than doing a review saying, oh, this is the stack height, this is the material. Everyone knows all that stuff. You want to know, for you personally, how that shoe feels, how long does it take to break in, are you getting any rubbing, are you getting any blisters, is it slipping? That's all people want to know. How long is it going to last? Is it going to fall to bits? What's the wear like? That's it.
Can you run a PB in it?
You're spending your money on these trainers and you just want them to last, don't you? And you just want just a review that's just honest, because if you want all the stats, you can get them from anywhere.
People watch for the products, but they sub for you, and that's what it's all about. You've got to have that personality,
That's why it's called YouTube.
Yes,
because it's about you. And that was a comment that Seth James Damore said. He said that people keep on contacting him to give shout outs, and he said he could do that, but long term it's not beneficial, because that's why it's called YouTube, because it's about you. It's not about someone else giving you a shout out. Admittedly, yes, I put a little cheeky comment on that comment saying, so does that mean you're not going to give me a shout out?
I saw that. I like that.
I just had to do that. I don't know if he got a chuckle or he probably went
blocked.
Yeah. Who is this running guy?
That running guy. That's who it is. Is that running guy? But again, he's consistent as well, isn't he? He's been doing it for, was it just over 5 years now?
On my video on Sunday, the lesser known running guy, which will make sense on my video on Sunday and the opening.
Wow. Well, I look forward to watching half of that.
Sneak preview.
It's at the start, Dan, so you won't miss it.
Okay, I'll watch just the start. And if I feel like I want to watch the rest, what I normally do is leave it on the background, go and do my smoothie, just to make sure that you get the watch time, because I care about you, and I care about you cashing
your ad revenue.
Watch the advert in full.
I do watch adverts in full, despite them being products I'm just not interested in. But that's okay. I just think at the end of the day, little Chris is going to be able to afford another tub of ice cream, and that means the world to me.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you better not do is mention what adverts pop up, because the last time you did, Seth James Damore popped into your chat as you were what adverts popping up, and then he disappeared.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to be transparent with people, and for whatever reason, it was adult content that was.
That was classic, though, wasn't it? We all were like. Seth just jumped in and literally, you were a true professional. You just kept on going. I would have just been like, I'd have just been gushing, but you didn't even. You're like, hi mate, how you doing? And then just carried on. I loved it.
Yeah, Seth and I, we've exchanged over time. So it's always good when he is able to stop by and say hello. Do you use Instagram to cross-platform your channel? I use Instagram for modeling. 90% of my content is my face, and I tag the hell out of it so that other companies can see the products I'm wearing. Occasionally, those companies will. Here's the thing: if you want to get mentioned on a story, you've got to put the picture in a story. They very rarely pull it from your profile. So I don't. But I've been doing more recently, actually, haven't I? I've been doing a lot more stories recently on Instagram, and I've been trying to just move people towards YouTube for their lives. And some people live their life on Instagram, and they're going to see it probably more so. So, yeah. What about you two? Ben doesn't Instagram at all.
I don't know how it works. It's confused me.
I use I use Instagram, Twitter, and Strava to promote my videos. Because Strava, you just use the posts on there. Because you're directly to runners then. Why would you not use Strava?
Cyclists on there. There's loads of different sports on Strava.
No, people who are following you are following you and are typically runners. So you should just use the posts on there.
I'm not.
Upload a video. It just makes sense. Twitter, I don't know if Twitter's a bit of a kind of social media. I don't get a lot of feedback from Twitter.
It's dead at the moment following the US election, man. It's just,
yeah.
I don't know. They've done something to it.
The thing about Twitter is it's the best place to get hold of brands quickly. I find if you want to,
Customer help.
Typically people will use it for complaints, but I just find you can quickly just give hey, I've got an issue with this, and they get back to you far quicker.
Right, yeah.
Than trying to get through an email. I guess they've got a social media team who probably are paid to sit on Twitter all day, so they've got to keep themselves busy. Right. You know what? We're heading towards an hour and a half. Should we do a little wrap up?
I think this is the longest yet, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
Christmas was a bit of a bit of a slog. Yeah, that was nearly 2 hours, I think.
This is the thing, Chad. Yes, they do want to see. I think I've mistaken. I think they want to see my face. Turns out they want to see numbers. I don't have the numbers to back up showing my face as much as I do at the moment. But I mean, look, we could all do the trick, couldn't we? Of going and just following everybody, getting the equivalent follow us back, and then just go and remove. Is that something people still do? I know people used to do that.
Yeah, but I think you get your account locked out if you remove too many people because it thinks you're a robot. So they're smart to that now. You can't just follow loads of people, and then you can only follow so many before you get locked out anyway.
Okay, that was the hack, wasn't it?
They're smart to that now.
Actually, this is a great point. We've been on long enough for you to have done a half marathon PB, haven't we, Chris?
What are we on? Yes, no, not quite.
Oh, let's just hang on till we get there, and then we'll cut it down.
1:27:35. So
it's coming up.
So it's coming up. So at this point, I was looking at my watch, going, and the car running, and then nearing the end, a car crossed the road, and I had to dive to the left to carry on going because I wasn't going to stop. You know, you've run all that way, and then the car pulls out on you. You're like, oh.
Slide across the bonnet.
Exactly.
And the tip, always run 0.3 over. Don't stop when it says the exact distance because Strava will not pick it up.
No.
It will pick up. It will take back. It will be down in your PBs. Always run over by a minimum of 0.2.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now.
Whoa! Another PB. Well done, everybody.
Champagne.
Oh. Anyway, is that time?
I think so.
I've done the PB now, so we can stop now, can't we?
End on a high.
Thank you to everybody who's taken the time to watch this evening. If you are catching up on the podcast, thank you for getting this far in the podcast. Again, I'll just say when it goes live, as soon as it goes up, please do drop a comment in the comments and promote your own channels. I'm totally cool with it. And I hope you can get some subscribers off the back of it. And thanks for just being great and being an amazing community. We always enjoy doing these podcasts. And all the time people turn up to them, we will insist on doing them.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dan. You've done a good job.
Thanks. Are we live?
You're the hostess.
Yes.
Well, thanks everybody. Really appreciate that. We're going to do this awkward bit now where I press end and we all just stare, hoping it ends.
Yeah, carry on spinning.
Thanks to all these people that have turned up tonight. Really appreciate it. Okay, love you all. Let's end
Happy
it.
running. See you later.
Peace. Keep running.